What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the channel, and in this week's video, we'll be covering how the 2019 Vikings offense and the 2018 Vikings offense compare when it comes to the run game. Now, as you can probably tell, Dalvin Cook this season is off to an incredible rate in terms of rushing yards and touchdowns. We'll be going over why this is and if I think it's sustainable through the rest of the 2019-2020 season. Stay tuned. Before diving into the 2019 Minnesota Vikings run game, we must first examine just how bad the 2018 run game was. As you can see on screen, the Vikings finished with 1,943 rushing yards, which was 30th in the NFL. Only had 66 first downs, which was dead last in the NFL, and only had 9 rushing touchdowns, which was tied for 4th worst in the NFL. One reason the 2018 Minnesota Vikings run game was so poor was simply due to play calling. Offensive coordinator John DeFilippo was the offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings in 2018 for most of the season, and he was brought over from the Philadelphia Eagles after being the quarterback's coach in 2017. The issue with this was the Philadelphia Eagles had a great talented O-line in 2017, and the Vikings absolutely did not have a talented offensive line in 2018, but John DeFilippo refused to change his offensive run concepts. So this is a clip from the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles playing at home against the New York Giants, and this is just one of the run concepts they like to run. They'll pull their Pro Bowl center, Jason Kelce, pull him all the way to the outside. They'll also pull their right guard, Brandon Brooks, and they'll try to create a good push by their right tackle, Lane Johnson, and tight end Zach Ertz on these two guys to allow the center and right guard to get around the edge a little quicker, and they're going to try to make an alley for the running back to go to the right. Let this play out here. So as you can see, these guys are getting upfield, laying good blocks. The backside gets enough of a push to where you can allow a good cutback lane for Wendell Smallwood, and it's a good gain of 8 or 9. Here on this play, this is just going to be a straight ISO concept. ISO means one-on-one pretty much. You're going to isolate one-on-one. Everybody has one guy to block, and it's pretty much as simple as that. Everybody's going to block their one man, and we're just going to let our running back do the rest. Now, asking, three out of 5 Pro Bowl linemen to go and do this, not that big of a deal, but when DeFilippo asked the Vikings O-line in 2018 to do this, it was just simply a poor idea. So here you see you got great push up by the offensive line. You allow a great lane for Adams, and he gets to the outside for an easy first down. Here's a prime example of what occurred most times when John DeFilippo would call a gap or a man's run scheme. This play, simply put, is going to be a counter to the right. Now in a counter, you're pulling a guard and a tackle of the same side. So you're going to pull your left guard all the way around and your left tackle all the way around to be the alley player. And they're going to be lead blockers for your running back. Now, when you run a play like this, you're then asking your 3 offensive linemen who aren't pulling, and you're saying, hey, push these guys back as far as you can, because the bigger push you can get, the less ground we have to give up by pulling. If you guys get pushed back, then the 2 pulling offensive linemen have to go back even further in order to clear the other 3 offensive linemen. As you see on this play, we'll just play it here. It's going to be a Latavius Murray handoff to the right. There is no push from this offensive line. The Minnesota Vikings don't have an offensive lineman past the line of scrimmage. Riley Reiff, the left tackle, is 3, maybe 4 yards in the backfield, and you very, very rarely want an offensive lineman 4 yards in the backfield, especially when he's going to be a lead blocker. Now he comes around the edge and nothing really happens, and Latavius only gets a gain of half a yard. No surprise there. Here's an example of the Vikings running the outside zone in 2018. This is a 2nd and 5, same game against New England. This is just going to be a simple outside zone to the left. So everybody's going to run to the left laterally, try to get their helmets on the left side, get to the second level. And here on 2nd and 5, All the linemen do their job. Nobody gives up easy penetration. Delvin's going to get the edge and get a first down on 2nd and 5. The man most responsible for the resurgence of the 2019 Vikings run game is known for his very explosive runs, falling in the draft, and recently taking some time off due to health concerns. That's right, Gary Kubiak. In Gary's 22 seasons of calling plays, he has finished 10 seasons with a top 5 rushing offense and 14 with a top 10 rushing offense. His offenses have also finished top 10 in rushing yards per attempt 12 times. Not only did he put up these insane numbers, but he did it with unknown running backs. Alfred Morris set the team record for the Washington Redskins behind Kubiak's play calling with the Redskins in 2012. He finished with 1,613 yards, which finished second that season, only behind 2012 MVP Adrian Peterson. He's had 8 different running backs eclipse the 1,000-yard mark, and have had running backs combined for 13 1,000-yard seasons. And the craziest part about that is none of them have been first-round picks. Some running backs who thrived in Kubiak's outside zone system include 6th-round pick and Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, 6th-round pick Alfred Morris, who was crazy productive while Kubiak was in Washington, Justin Forsett, who had career highs in touchdowns, yards, and yards per attempt in Kubiak's 1 year in Baltimore, and undrafted free agent fantasy football superstar Arian Foster. Now you might be asking yourself, why are we talking about Gary Kubiak's play calling when Kevin Stefanski is the 2019 Vikings offensive coordinator and play caller? Well, this year Gary Kubiak was hired to be the special advisor to the offensive coordinator, and he is also known as one of the godfathers of the outside zone run concept, something that Stefanski likes to run a lot of. This diagram is a great example of just how the wide zone is blocked and how it is ran. As you can see, the play here is to the left. And the idea of the wide zone is everybody on the line of scrimmage, including the tight ends, will flow towards the play side, which is on the left, to the left on this play. Their goal is to get their helmet to the left side or the play side of the defender in which they're blocking. If their helmet gets to the play side of the defender that they're blocking, they have really good leverage, and if everybody can do that, you'll create a wall for your running back to simply run behind straight to the outside and get a fairly large gain. Now, the nice part about this is you don't really have to move anybody. If you don't have big, strong, powerful linemen, such as the Minnesota Vikings, who have more quick, nimble, agile linemen, you don't have to block a particular person, you just block your zone, which is exactly why it's called a zone blocking scheme. Another thing that comes about in these outside zone plays is a lot of the times you'll have a backside seal. So if this guard can seal this linebacker, or this tackle can cut off this D tackle, a lot of the times you'll get a cutback from your running back. Cutbacks are huge in the outside zone run game because the one thing that kills the outside zone is penetration to the play side. If you get penetration from, say, the left defensive end or the left nose tackle, it's going to be very hard to win the edge, especially if it's already sealed to the left side. So if you can get a backside seal here, a cutback can lead to a very explosive play and really just keep the defense guessing all game long. So this is an outside zone play in the 2019 season. This was in week 2 against the Packers. And the 3 options for running back on an outside zone play are he can bounce it outside, he can bang it upfield, or bend it back inside for a cutback. Now, his angle that he's aiming at is the tight end's butt. If there is no tight end on the play, or there's no inline tight end, he will aim at the ghost tight end, which is just imagining that there's one there pretty much. So as we play the clip, you see very early on that the Packers are getting some penetration here, and although Rudolph has his head on the left side, Reef does not, and it's going to be very hard to get that edge for Delvin, even with C.J. Ham lead blocking. Now, what does happen on the backside is, although this guard is allowed penetration, he's got his helmet on the left side. Bradbury is going to get to the left side. You got Klein, who's already on the left side, and Brian O'Neill's helmet's on the left side. Now, what this does is you've already, with these three guys right here, including Bradbury getting to the second level already, you've created a good seal for a cutback lane. Dalvin's going to put his left foot in the ground, gain speed, and just great blocking by Klein and O'Neill, and Dalvin's going to accelerate for an 8 or a 9-yard gain. Another reason I think the wide zone or outside zone is perfectly suited for the 2019 Vikings is due to the home run hitter they have in the backfield, Dalvin Cook. Schematically, the outside zone is known for its big explosive run plays, and I think a back like Dalvin with great vision and acceleration is a perfect fit in this system. Here's his Week 2 home run against the Packers. You can see here that Thielen's going to come in motion. Now, this is a very basic play here. It's just an outside zone. He's going to come here. He's going to come here. Everybody's going left. You're going to need a good stretch block here by O'Neal. And then CJ Ham's actually going to be the lead blocker here. And Thielen's going to come across as just kind of like a split zone fake. He's not really involved in the blocking scheme here. So this is just an outside lead zone with CJ Ham being your lead blocker. Dalvin's going to aim for the ghost tight end. You can see he's kind of aiming where Reef is now. And right on his third step is when you want to make your decision as a running back. One of the 3 Bs, the bounce, the bang, or the bend. So by his third step, you see he's already planted his left foot in the ground, and he's going to try to bang this upfield and get her going. Now, the reason he's doing this is because the reach block here obviously did not work. His helmet's not on the left side. If we had a helmet on the left side of this defender, you could easily continue going. Dalvin could literally just walk through this hole right here if there was no penetration. CJ Ham's helmet's on the left side. Reef has a good block. He's anchored already. Now, once he gets to the second level, as you see, Bradbury has finished his block by damn near pancaking the defender. Dalvin has 2 options. He can either go to the left, as he's already cleared the second level, or he can go to the right towards the middle of the field. Now, with Klein out in front of him, already having leverage to the right side, he makes a great read by continuing to go to the right and bending it back towards the inside while already at the second level. Dalvin speeds past a diving defender, and once he gets to the third level, it's good luck, have fun. No way is anybody reaching Dalvin. Expect to see many more plays like these throughout the rest of the season. In this play, we'll go over one of the many reasons why I do not believe the 2019 Minnesota Vikings run game will be slowing down anytime soon. So this is another simple run play. It's going to be a wide zone to the right with a lead block by CJ Ham. But the big thing is this center right here. Garrett Bradbury, rookie center out of NC State, super agile, super fast. Watch him the entire play. He gets all the way to the second level and cuts off Deion Jones, who's going to be trying to flow with the play. And Deion Jones is one of the fastest linebackers in the entire league. He's a converted safety, very fast. So here we got it coming in slow-mo. Right here, Garrett Bradbury's already climbing to the second level. He's got one arm on the nose tackle, and he's passing it off to his right guard. While he's passing the block off, he's gaining ground towards the second level. Right there. If Garrett Bradbury can start reaching and getting to the second level as fast as he did right here, Dalvin Cook's still 2-3 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. If he can get here, he allows Dalvin so much space to maneuver wherever he decides to go. CJ Ham gets out here and gets the edge for him, and once Dalvin gets the edge, he's going to pick up a good chunk of yardage. This play right here signifies just how good Gary Kubiak and Kevin Stefanski are at putting their players in a position to succeed. This is against the Packers in Week 2. And this is just going to be a basic toss play to the right. They're going to have some window dressing here. They're going to move Thielen in a short motion. Now, This is going to be a toss play to the right. Now, normally on a toss play, you will have your tight end on the line of scrimmage pin down this block, and then you will pull the play side guard all the way around, and then your guard becomes your lead blocker outside. Now, the crazy part about this play is this is a toss, so those are your normal blocking rules. However, they're still going to toss it to try to get to the edge of the outside, but this is going to be blocked as an outside zone concept, something that I absolutely love. So they're going to try to get to the second level. Bradbury's going to try to get here on Martinez. He's going to try to pass this one off to Klein, and everybody's going to flow to the right. They're going to try to get as many guys over here as they can, just like the wide zone we've been talking about this entire video. It's just a great way to add some window dressing and run a different variation of the play while keeping the blocking concept the exact same for your smaller, more agile guys up front. Just a toss play. Everybody's trying to get to the right side, cut off the angles. Just a perfect play call right here. Kevin Stefanski and Gary Kubiak have done a nice job developing game plans in which they can add window dressing to, but keeping things relatively the same. Here's another example of bringing Thielen in on a quick motion, an orbit motion behind the backfield, and just blocking a typical outside zone to the left here. You get the linebackers all flowing to the right here. He's got caught out of position. This guy's looking straight into the backfield trying to see what's going on. Meanwhile, this is an impeccable hole. Like, you got Reef already sealing off, guards already sealing off, and then you get CJ Ham one-on-one with a linebacker just waiting. You're giving me Dalvin Cook with a defensive back one-on-one. If you would have told me that before the play, I would have said, gee, thanks, there's my big game. If Stefanski and Kubiak can keep up these exotic type of plays, but still keeping them simple for their linemen up front, I truly think this Minnesota rushing attack can be one of the best we've seen in years. I'm not saying we'll go back to 2012 AP, but I truly believe that if you can see plays like these continue to get you 5, 6, 7 yards and then hit the occasional home run, I truly believe that Dalvin Cook might lead the league in rushing yards this year. Well, that's my bold claim of this video. Thanks for tuning in this week. Next week might be a college video. I'm thinking about breaking down my favorite SEC quarterback, whether it's Burrows or Fromm. But I'll let you guys know when it comes out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.